Okay, welcome back to episode 3. In this episode, I will add some collectibles. We're going to add some coins, some spinning coins. And what else are we going to do? We're also going to handle what happens when, like, if you miss the ball and it goes off the screen. Handle the restarting, or at least the decreasing the player health. Also adding the actual chicken, because I couldn't resist adding an actual rubber chicken as my ball. The rubber chicken animation, I just pulled an image of a rubber chicken off the web and then replaced my ball one animation with the chicken. I also added a rotation speed to it here. Ball one dot rotation speed equals 5. Maybe increase that a little bit, maybe 10. And then in my update ball function, with when the ball collides with the player paddle, I added this line: ball one dot rotation speed equals negative ball one dot rotation speed. So that makes it rotate the other way. Every time it hits the paddle. And I think it does look better with a rotation of 10. Could even maybe go a little bit more. Anyway, let's add coins. For the coins, I just searched for spinning coin animation, I think. Found one with all the frames I needed. It was a single image. I cut it up into the frames of the individual coins at different angles. Then I removed all the backgrounds, and now I'm gonna upload those as a new animation. I must have done the gold coins on a different computer. I'm just gonna do a blue coin right now and swap it out for gold later. The problem with these blue coins is that when I removed the background, it took out chunks of them, but whatever, we'll use it. Okay, I'm gonna crop these and put them in the center. It kind of looks like a blood cell. Yeah. All right, I think that's okay. Back to code. And let's create the sprite. And I'm going to put this at 200, 100 for now, but I'm going to move that. Eventually, it's going to be moved off screen. And we want to scale that down. So we got, not too bad. Okay. So I'm going to write a new function, which is update coins. So I'm going to collapse update player and update ball and update score. Go all the way to the bottom. Update coins. My thought was kind of just, if the chicken hits a coin, you earn a point, and the coin jumps to a different place on the screen. So we want and I'm still calling it a ball even though it's now a chicken, if ball one dot is touching coin, we're going to play a sound, we're going to reset the coin at a random position on the screen, and we're going to increment the score. The sound I used was category achievements, lighthearted bonus objective 1. I think that was it. Yep. Okay. Then we're going to set coin.x and coin.y to random. This has got to be blue coin. This also has to be blue coin. And I need to put my function call into the draw loop. Whoops, I don't want it there. I'm going to put it after update ball. Let's give that a try and see if that works. Looks like it does. Oh, I forgot to increment the score. Let's do that. Plus. Okay, done. Okay, I want to now add the code that handles when you miss the ball and it goes off the screen, like restarting, like like decreasing health or whatever, like decreasing chickens left or whatever. I'm calling it health right now, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's okay. We'll leave it as health for now. I need a couple of new variables for that. I'm eventually going to have an intro with a start button. I'm going to have a game over sequence, so like end of game sequence, and then I'm going to have a restart sequence when you lose a ball and it restarts you. So I'm going to just put all those variables in now. Some of these won't come into play in this video, but play intro equals true for now. We'll use that in the next episode. Same with game over. That's going to be false. And then we have start game. And then we're going to have a restart. And we also need a restart counter. That's about all the variables we're going to have here. And now I'm going to go back down to my update player function and open that up. And I'm going to add a new block of code here that handles if the ball goes off the screen. If you miss the ball and it goes off the bottom of the screen, and that means that the ball's the ball's Y position has become greater than 400. So if ball 1.y is greater than 400, we're going to stop it from moving. So we're going to set its x and y velocity to 0. Then we're going to move it off the screen, and I'm going to set it at an x of 600 and a y of 0. So it's sort of like waiting until we're ready to put it back in play. And then we're going to do decrease health by 1. Health minus minus. We're going to set restart to true. And we're going to play the like da-da-da sound that like you just lost a chicken or lost a ball, which was Retro Game Longfall 2. I don't know if maybe there's a better one. That was the one that I had. It's a little too long. That's not too bad. There's all these win ones. Is there like a lose?
You lose.
Oh, there's a game over, huh? Again, too long.
You lose.
That's almost doable. I think that's better than what I had. Let's use that for now. We can always change it later. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. It keeps playing ball and that's because it falls, right? And then we set it to 600, which is like right here, and then it continues to fall. So we want to make it such that when we take the chicken off the screen, that it stops falling. So we only want to apply a gravity when it's on the screen. So we're gonna go to, where's my gravity command? Update ball. And I should really just change all ball to chicken on all these, but it's not necessary right now. we're going to add a conditional that says if this is on the screen, then apply gravity. So if it's on the screen, that means its x value is between 0 and 400. So x is greater than 0 and x is less than 400. If ball1.x is greater than 0 and ball1.x is less than 400, then apply gravity. Otherwise, we won't apply gravity, so when we move it off the screen, it does not continue to fall. And I think that will solve that problem. Yes, it did. And so if we back the camera out, we should be able to see that, actually. Let's take a look. And you can see there is the chicken awaiting restart, and my health has decreased by 1. Good. Okay. Working. Now what? Well, we have this restart counter, right? Because down here we said if the ball goes off the screen, restart equals true. So there's going to be a sequence of things that happen when restart's true, so we can restart the game. And that is also kind of brings in the logic that we're going to use for the intro and the game over, like intro and outro. So I'm going to code that in, and then we'll write the code into the restart piece of that. And what we're going to do is everything in the draw loop right now, that's going to be wrapped into another conditional. So we're going to have a big conditional inside of draw that's if, and the first thing is going to be if play intro is true. Then we're going to do the intro screen and all that stuff in here. I'm going to put a comment in, play the introduction sequence, which is like title, screen, etc. Start button, etc. Okay. We're going to do that later. Else if, we also need a sequence for game over. So if game over is true, we're going to do all the game over sequence. Play the game over sequence. We're also not going to worry about that right now. Else if restart is true, then we're going to do play the restart sequence. And we will put that in a second. And then finally, else if start game is true, then we do all of this, the main game sequence. Okay, so I can see that this isn't going to work. We need to actually put one thing into the intro, which is start game equals true, because, and that'll just send us down here. So because we kick off the whole thing with the intro, right? And that's why play intro is true. Well, start game is currently false. So when we hit run, play intro is true. So we're going to go into this conditional, which sets start game to true. And it should also set play intro to false. So we're not doing that over and over again. And then now that start game is true, it'll go into the main game sequence. Then we can play, and then when we lose the chicken off the bottom of the screen, then restart will become true, and it'll play the restart sequence, and then we'll go back into the main game sequence because start game will also be true. Okay, ready. So we need a pause when we want to restart, because I want to pause and print something to the screen like get ready for a couple of seconds and then restart the game. So I'm going to increment our restart counter. This is the counter that's going to add that delay. And then I'm going to print get ready to the screen. We'll just make this red for now. Set the text size. And then we need to put the player back into the middle of the screen. And then we want to get to a certain threshold and then stop this pause. So when our restart counter gets to a certain threshold, let's say if it goes greater than 90, then we're going to set the background back to white. We're gonna make our restart variable false so we get out of this whole sequence. And then we need to put the ball or the chicken back on the screen. Misspelling. Okay, I think that will handle the restarting. Let's try it. And we miss. Nice! Totally worked. Again. So I didn't get the message that time, or the pause. Something fishy here. I didn't get the pause or the restart, or the message. I think that's because I didn't reset the restart counter back to 0. There should be a command here that is restart counter equals 0. Let's try this again. And we miss. Miss again. And we get the message. And the pause. Good. Seems to be working. And it restarted. So that should be the game over sequence, right? Or after this one, we should then go to game over. I'm going to leave that for the next one. I think this is working well enough. And we can go ahead, cut it off here. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.